We're live.
We're live.
We did it. What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Welcome back to our edition Holy Try CTB crossover YouTube live debut from
Holiday show.
4 different states. I can't even keep track of the colors here. Blue, and red. Wow. Okay.
Skewing blue, but
Skewing
purple all
blue.
the same. Purple all the same.
Yes. Hopefully not too much purple this weekend. If you catch my drift.
Oh.
We got Kent, Danberg, Roth with the heart out soon. Thursday night
A little
racing
bit of
league.
orange.
We respect that. I hope this works out well. So far, so good. I'm liking the look of this. I can see everyone's face.
Me
I like
too.
it.
Can's usually the only one that shows himself on our hangout.
It's true.
I never show myself because my computer's usually at
We
a
get the side
45-degree angle from where it is now. So I like it too.
I'm usually in
See
it for
what-
Can's mustache, but it doesn't have one.
I'm
That's
gonna let it
true,
grow
yeah.
out. I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going some. Yeah.
I think
well-
you've been keeping it going for 3 months.
I'm gonna start right here off the top rope, and I think A&M goes down this weekend.
Same.
Oh!
So let's just start up there.
Let's check the time here. Oh, there's a crotch shot. I forgot I can't do that. We're not far into the broadcast. I don't see a timer on this. So
That was around the 90-second mark.
90 seconds. That's as hot as it's going to get, I think.
No, you don't seriously think that A&M loses, do you?
I think it's close. Yeah.
You've had it out for them.
He's had it.
Yeah, you picked them. You picked Auburn a couple weeks ago,
I thought
and
LSU would keep it close.
Vols are on a 1-game winning streak, overcoming the offensive firepower of Sarah Fuller. Who I would like to start with that and say I'm happy she made the extra point. I only wanted or was curious to see how it would be covered had she actually ripped one off the long snapper's asshole. But I'm glad she. But I'm glad she made it.
Roth, you've gotta let the people know. I forget which guy it was, but some guy was getting pissed saying that Tennessee wasn't rushing them, and it's plain to see that they were just allowing her to kick the extra point. Does Tennessee do field goal safe every extra point?
Oh my gosh!
Go ahead. Every extra point? No, not every extra point, but also I don't really think it mattered. I was kind of fired up though. Dan was trying to egg me on all day. And we were teetering on a meltdown early. It wasn't.
It was 10-7, right? It was 10-7?
Yeah, it was. And actually, I kind of stormed out of the room and didn't even watch the extra point. I came back. I was like, "Fuck, who cares? I don't even know."
You missed history.
I missed history. Always a part of it.
3 points, right? She didn't make the field goal.
She only kicked the extra point.
Only the extra.
Right, yeah, somebody else. They had another
Right.
field goal kicker.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I wish it would have happened against Mizzou a couple weeks ago, so we could have all just moved past this. But
I do want to know the rationale. Why do they have a long range kicker that can't make an extra point?
don't think about it too much, Ken. You'll
Just, okay.
We're talking about an 0-9 football team also in a pandemic. So
In the pandemic. What do we want to talk about from last week?
Well,
other than
I
that,
figure
that's the highlight.
Sumlin Swan Song. Sumlin Swan Song at 70-7.
I figure we have like basically 2.5 minutes till the heart out.
Okay.
So
Then what do we
I
want to
think-
cover in the 2.5 minutes?
I say we put an emphasis on Vols football. I would like to do 90 seconds, maybe 30 seconds on Canelo and Triple G fighting back-to-back days.
Go.
And then top it off with some Steelers. Can we get that?
Go.
We need a
90
seconds. Jake Paul too.
We don't need to talk about Jake Paul. Did you buy the fight? Wait.
Oh,
which
I
fight?
did. Of course.
I don't
Of
even
course
know.
I bought it. Yep.
Uh,
Took the bait.
Of course.
But it was mainly for Tyson, let's be honest. That was something I've only had one time to see him live on pay-per-view.
Oh.
It was when he lost to Lance Lewis. So that was more the reason why.
I was referring
But-
to the upcoming Jake Paul fight.
I
Well,
thought
that's Logan Paul and Floyd, right?
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't know my Pauls, but
No, Logan Paul is playing. I thought he was doing McGregor.
No. Jake Paul wants McGregor. Logan is fighting Floyd. and is about a 50-1 underdog despite having 50 pounds on him roughly. So
Chris Paul played LeBron yesterday.
right, yeah. Not the same Paul family, I don't think. So
Adopted.
but yeah, so Triple G, I mean, is there a possibility they're setting this up for a trilogy?
Yes.
All right, perfect. That's what I wanted to hear because, Canelo, again, it's been a bit of, spite after the first Triple G result. But, the Kovalev, he didn't blow me away. Let the guy bop him in the head for 10 rounds before dropping the hammer. And then, I don't think either of these guys are going to have trouble. I think Triple G is like a 25-1 favorite. Apparently this guy, Callum Smith, Canelo already knocked out his brother, I think, or relative. But he might be tough. He's still, yeah, I know, British brothers. So, and then, I mean, do you have anything to add on? So we got a trilogy coming, hopefully, with Triple G and Canelo, and then, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
The only thing
Maybe this time we'll get on Cinco de Mayo.
The only thing that stops the trilogy, though, is the bad blood with Canelo and the broadcaster, right?
Right, yeah, DAZN, because they have got some serious. Yeah, I forgot you don't say DAZN.
It's Dasian.
Dasian, but yeah, because they're trying to get out of it, obviously, because we're.
I don't know if he's going to want to give them what they want anyway, but I think it's headed toward a trilogy. I think we already know how it's going to end. Unfortunately, I mean, Triple G probably won the first fight. Definitely won the second fight. So
yes, yep. It's 1-1 in my book. Steelers, though. On a scale of, hold on, I got to give you the scale. I got to set the stage here. On a scale of Can's evergreen faith in Penn State football to the house is on fire. I think I went the wrong way on the scale. So the house is on fire over here. Yeah. How concerned are you about the Steelers?
The house is on fire. I don't know. They'll win this week. Cincinnati's terrible. They'll win this week, but I literally think they win one more game the rest of the year and it's this weekend. So
maybe the carpet's on fire due to the defensive injuries, but that's it. That's where I'm at.
Can't run the football.
Was the house really that football? The house really sturdily built.
That's true.
If it's on fire, that doesn't much matter, though. That'd be an earthquake.
I'm just saying, is it a shithole that's burning down? Or not a shithole? Is it a cockroach-infested one-bedroom that's burning down?
I don't think so. I think they're in prime position still.
Mansion, and we didn't notice that the cockroaches moved in like week 5.
Maybe. Yeah, something of that nature.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't have high hopes. I think I was actually hoping the winning streak would go a little bit longer. 1, because having the 1 seed would at least give you a puncher's chance, but 2, the chance to bet against them week 1 of the playoffs against whoever, that would have been fantastic. But it's past us now.
All right. Well, I don't appreciate your pessimism. I still think they're in a decent spot coming at the end of a gauntlet of a schedule, but definitely carpet is on fire due to the injuries on defense. So there's that. And then, can we do an early bird Pitt Tennessee prediction?
A year in advance?
A year in advance? Less than a year, though. About 9 months.
Yeah.
The Nate Peterman Bowl.
Nate Peterman Bowl. That's right. Good branding on the spot.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even remember where they go first. I don't remember what order the series goes.
This one's in Knoxville, I believe. Scheduled to be in Knoxville. Yep.
I mean, this year's a little bit of a toss. I think the expectation said that the team that showed up the first 2.5 weeks is the team that Tennessee has. I'm gonna align with Can here and just toss the 2020 season off to the side and be like, yeah, it didn't happen. So,
11-game preseason.
11-game preseason.
So we'll show up in 2021 ready to play. Falls by 17.
All right. I respect it. This is also the Johnny Majors Bowl. Delayed that. So, well, I appreciate the rapid fire. Happy holidays.
Happy
holidays. If you get done early, it'll be the same link.
Okay.
So if you get done early with your race obligation.
When is early? What time are you going till approximately?
Wow. Who knows? I mean, we've got. I mean. This could be. We've got all night. We've got this channel's open all night, so we'll see what happens.
All right, I'll see when we finish up. I'll swing back.
All right. I'll drop you out here. Thanks.
Yeah, put me backstage.
All right. Yeah, backstage. All right. That was good considering we had negative 17 minutes to prep for that.
There we go.
So.
All right.
How's everyone doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Coming down the stretch here. A couple more days left in the year. Everybody's in the holiday mood. How about you guys?
Other
Good.
than that
Yeah.
ridiculous Pitt Tennessee prediction, I'm all right.
Actually, you know what? Now that you do ask, I do think of this. We're a little older than we think. I am kind of hurting from shoveling.
Oh,
My back is a little
Right?
tender as well. Yeah.
I did four sessions. Yesterday, the first session, I was the happiest camper in the world. I was like, "This is great."
Yeah.
The only
You got a
camper.
driveway. You didn't have to do
Sidewalk.
shoveling at your own place? This is the first time shoveling your own driveway?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did the driveway, then I did it twice more last night than today. I did the
Oof.
back deck. I did the sidewalk, the front steps, the front porch.
yeoman's work.
Yeoman's work, man.
This
Did one last night. I did one last night. I did one this morning. It's pretty hefty. Pretty hefty.
I haven't done any shoveling. I'm still hailing from my inventory, walking 15 miles in 3 days on concrete. That was I think I'm done for the year with exercise.
That's just written.
I know.
I'm done for the year in exercise.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I can play ball. You know, my body's built for ball. And but the rest of it, like any type of heavy lifting or anything like that, I'll be feeling it. The muscles aren't used to it. They're used
Did
to
you find
ball.
out about those Minnesota? What are they? Minnesota pants?
Oh yeah. What's Bull? Is he a Minnesota?
Oh, yeah. I did not ask.
Minnesota. Excuse me, Minnesota.
Minnesota. No, I did not get to ask. There is one person that I know is a Minnesota grad. He's a Minnesota grad after transferring from Penn State. It's funny because there's multiple Penn State people that play.
Well, Bebo's got the pipeline there.
Bebo's got the pipeline. He's got this guy that he's Penn State for 2 years before transferring to Minnesota. And there's another guy that went to Penn State that all he does is ask me, like, if I saw Saquon Barkley play, and I said, you know, he got hurt. He got hurt like 2 months ago.
So,
Well, you know, as you get older,
Yeah.
the intensity fades a bit with the fandom. So I've been told. I'm not buying it. I'm only seeing an uptick in intensity, to be honest.
Well, Dan Senior is a rare breed. He
That's true.
is finer with age. But in the snow, hope everybody is staying safe out there. And we're too affected by the snow, but it's good. Good to see Winter Wonderland. It looks like we'll probably have a white Christmas if it sticks around for a little bit. The snow, it's good. It's good. I don't think we've had a white Christmas in a while. I mean, a couple years ago, it was 75 degrees on Christmas. That's not right? Can't have that.
Don't want that up here.
No.
We've got all kind of different angles here.
Oh,
Profile shot.
okay, Dan wants the spotlight on him. I see.
No. This is the one right here. This is the
This
one.
is the one. All right.
The triumvirate.
This is the triangle right here. There's
Yep.
the triangle.
So,
All right.
oh
Well,
man,
do we want to talk about someone's swan song? Jackson He
if
scored.
you want to start there,
I'll start there just because fellow countryman Jackson He. I don't know what his actual name is, but he picked Jackson as a name because his favorite artist is Michael Jackson. Big Michael Jackson fan. So Jackson He, I believe his name is actually pronounced Huh. The last name is Huh. But scored the first touchdown of what is believed to be any China-born player in major college football. Congratulations to him.
unbelievable.
I was automatically disqualified. I'm not China-born, so otherwise I would have gotten it first because I would have played football.
Right.
you would have.
I would have tried harder to break that barrier, but I was automatically disqualified being born. Elsewhere that Friday night, San Jose, another come from behind win. I think they were down 20-10 before they stormed back.
They are impressive. I have to say, it's interesting to me. I don't get how these teams just pop out of nowhere. It's the same thing they did with McIntyre a handful. Well, it was like 2013.
Over half a decade ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I don't get it, but impressive.
Yeah. Who is their coach?
I don't even remember I looked him up because it's added to my Pitt wish list, but as a possible.
It's impossible.
I don't remember his name. It was a guy. He didn't have the greatest. He's a West Coast guy, I believe.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
Yeah.
Moving on into the noon slot on Saturday. Nothing too much going on. Alabama, Georgia blowing people out. Utah ending the Carl Durrell undefeated train and saving the Pac-12 some embarrassment, I think, if Colorado had ended up going undefeated to begin. Is he coach of the year for the Pac-12? That's a good question.
I think either him or Clay, maybe. Chip had a chance, but he, screwed the pooch in a couple.
Yeah, and wound up momentarily on the hot seat.
On hot seat for 17 minutes. Thank you, football.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Rutgers won in overtime, a Rutgers-Maryland classic, per usual, which cleared the way for Penn State to move into third, though I think they're still technically not in third.
I don't think if they updated the standings correctly, Maryland was somehow still ahead of Penn State.
Yeah, I think it's based on win percentage because Penn State's got more losses, but and head-to-head. Yes, more losses but more wins. Penn State's got more wins.
It's all about the wins in my book.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, Penn State third in a row. I'll go over it now. Penn State followed me on 21-10 at the half. I was absolutely livid. I'll be honest here. Hit the blacktop, turned it off. Came back, checked the score, 25-24. Okay, not bad. I go for another game, come back, it's 39-24.
You were the problem.
I was the problem. I stopped streaming. I was streaming for the first 5-10 minutes of the half when I got to the blacktop. Wow. They turned it on, a nice special teams touchdown. Got another game here this week against the Loveless Illini. We'll see how they close out. Jahan Dotson with the fantastic punt return. I don't know if we've got limited number of games left with him. It seems like he's maybe, looking at going pro. Good to see the team throw a little bit. Michigan State, obviously not a good team at all. No, they're not good. They're not good, but they handed Northwestern their one loss. Michigan State, they put together a decent recruiting class as well. We did not mention that at all this show yet. It was National Signing Day, the first edition of the 2021 class. Yes, 2021 class. This past Wednesday. So congrats to all the signees. Penn State, 39-24, and they covered the 14.5 opening line and closing line.
They did.
Not
enough for me to pick them this week, spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking for the vintage beatdown.
Yes, that was not a vintage beatdown. Going down 21-10 at the half is not a vintage beatdown.
Unless it's like the Illinois game from a few years ago, and then you rip off like 87 points in a row, despite losing in the third quarter.
Yes.
So good job. Banking wins. We talked about it all year with Penn State.
Third in a row.
After the miserable start, that is, starting the thing.
Yes.
Third in a row.
Don't let the house burn.
Third in a row.
I just found out today that Penn State played Illinois this weekend.
Yeah.
Without Lovey. How do they fire him?
I don't know.
No.
We probably should have opened up the show on that. The carousel. I did not expect.
You did open up the show.
Huh?
You did open up with it. You tried before we could get the Roth rapid fire. You went into the Sumlin 70-7 game. That was what you led.
Well, I guess that was the opening of the carousel, but then we did not dive deeper into the cell. The cell did some wild things this past week.
Yeah.
The top one being Auburn relieving Gus Malzahn. It was a fire Gus year, and
as it turns out,
Dan, when you watched that first half, did you think you were watching one of the penultimate half of Gus Malzahn Auburn football?
I have to say, if that, it depends on how heavily weighted that first half was, but if it was under careful consideration for his future with Auburn, I can see why he was fired, because they were a mess. And then obviously I'm joking, but even in the fourth quarter, they go up 16-3, 15-3. Yeah, because they're up 9-3, score go up 15-3. He doesn't go for 2 points. He kicks an extra point to go up 13. What are you doing? It's just stuff like that. And then I'm sure, obviously, they can't stand losing to Bama the way they've been losing to them.
No, they just beat them last year.
And right, but then they turn around and lose. What was the final? 40
45 to
something,
13.
12.
45 13. Yeah. 13. They did not go for 2. I was hoping they would go for 2.
I mean, I hope they love whoever they hire, at least for a period of time.
Did you see?
We all know that won't last.
You've seen the smoke.
With Kevin Steele, right?
Yes, and apparently there is a concerted stop steal effort now after one.
Led by Clay Travis.
Apparently, there's been like multiple boosters that have been laying the groundwork for like 3+ years now to get Gus out and hire Steele. And now there's another faction of boosters that are like, no, we cannot do it, and they're fighting. That's fantastic.
How do you do that with a guy like you just brought up? He beat Alabama last year. They beat him to go to the SEC championship. A couple years of that. I mean, what more do they want? But who knows? Maybe Kevin Steele has a P tape on somebody or something. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. No Franklin whatsoever, right? Despite your very, very early concerns.
My concerns isn't on Penn State's part of getting rid of him. It's of him seeing the writing on the wall, saying, I may have, the best may be behind us, and trying to set up shop somewhere else.
Right. I just meant in terms of interest from Auburn.
Oh, yeah. I don't nothing as of yet.
Yeah.
I know that I think there was immediate interest for Auburn in Cristobal, which he quickly parlayed into a nice extension and raise.
Yeah, that was good.
Impressive.
Yes, impressively done.
Is this the year that our boy Ken Niumatalolo goes out?
We got to tie it back to someone, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
does he finally make it to the desert?
But first off, also, let's just acknowledge the score was 70-7.
I mean,
It was 14-0 less than a minute into the game
against Herm,
against Herm.
who got down the chip 17 rip. I mean, I know no games, no two games are the same, but holy hell, like this isn't a team that's on the warpath. It's a Pac-12 team, and then in a rivalry game, no less. But obviously, your Buffs did a number on them from a body blow standpoint with that. What's that running back? Broussard? Jalen Broussard or something?
Yeah.
No, that's the point guard from Villanova, I think.
Chris Broussard.
Chris Broussard. But
Jalen Brunson is who you're thinking.
Brunson.
Yeah. Right. So maybe it is Jalen. I don't know. Anyway, it's for like 350 yards against them last week in a victory. So maybe that had something to do with it. We're talking about, again, I said he's like a pitcher that completely loses fastball and has to go to a knuckleball approach at some point. Or just, keep riding off the Manziel and Houston success that he had.
Sumlin can't get another shot here, right? He's got
as a head coach.
Yeah,
I think it'd be hard. I mean, what did he do? There's nothing. It was worse than he's in Hazel territory with Purdue. He did nothing. Right? He didn't make a bowl game, did he?
He ruined Khalil.
I think did he make a bowl game? I thought he
maybe
did.
The first year, maybe the first. They snuck in, but
what was that
certainly
year?
not the last couple.
What was the year they went to the Pac-12 title game? Was it before?
That was with
Rich Rod. Yeah.
But yeah, they had Adu Solomon, then they went to Tate, and then he comes in and completely ruins Tate. Tate would have been better off with Ken N, but he didn't want Ken N. He did not want
to Khalil.
He was
terrible.
That 6-game stretch was so much fun.
Yep.
Yep.
It was awesome. But
what else we got here?
Is there anybody else in the cell real quick of note? Clark Lee. I guess that's relevant to the pod. Clark Lee.
Yes, into Vanderbilt. Good job, AY. Any immediate read-ups? Have you reactions? Who they're going after? Who your wish list is? Anything you want to bring up there from an everyday perspective?
I have none of that as far as future building. I haven't read anything. I haven't saw anything.
Not worried about the future. You guys are focused on the here and now. You guys have one mission.
Oh, yeah,
one mission.
I mean, I did see a few graphics of metrics over the past 3-4 years, and it's impressive what he's done. Some good numbers from total yardage, obviously.
Better than
Deeper.
BVG. Better than BVG.
Yes, when you get deeper in the Havoc ratings and such, but yeah, he's been awesome, and especially this year. Now they have slipped a little bit in recent games, but we'll get to a little more of that later. But I mean, good for him.
Yep. Yep.
And
Dan,
you want Manti Te'o.
no,
Although
Anyway, already adding Manti to his wish list.
Manti,
it's working for Thomas Reese.
Thomas
Although
Reese,
I
that's
do
right.
wanna add to Clark Lee. I mean, he stepped into a bad job.
Yeah.
I know
Relatively speaking, let's not,
that's true.
paint too gross of a picture. But
true.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's not a good job.
He's not going to Bowling Green or anything. I get it, but
Oh, you're talking about for Vandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You talking about Dan was thinking when he came to Notre Dame.
Right, that's what I thought you were saying.
Oh,
Sorry.
no,
Correction.
no, he's going to
Okay.
no with him going to Vandy.
Right. Oh yeah, that's a mess. No.
I mean, besides Kansas, is there a worse Power 5 job? Maybe Illinois. Oh, that's a bad job.
But at least in the Big Ten West, it is kind of upsetting.
Illinois is a sleeping giant. Illinois, I do
Elaborate.
Oh, geez.
think. Okay, not a sleeping
Are
giant.
you making your case? Are you campaigning for the
they
open
are in a fertile recruiting ground, albeit they got to go up against Notre Dame and Michigan for these elite guys. But they got good recruiting ground in Chicago there in the Midwest. They're dumping a bunch of money, new facilities and stuff in there. They have potential. You say the same thing about like Purdue. Purdue, they dumped a bunch of stuff into. They don't have the recruiting ground. So I do think Illinois, if you get a good guy like Lewis, I think could be successful there. I don't think, as much as I would love to see it, I don't think a guy like Burt would be good there. But I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I would love to see it. He's not. If they went from Lovey to Burt, I don't think it would be a good. I don't think that would be a good move by them. But
what about like a Jim Levitt?
I think that's in the Burt realm. I don't think they're too different.
I think he'd be a little bit hungrier though, Levitt, because he hasn't had the second head coach.
Where's he at now?
I don't even know where he ended up.
He went to Florida State with Taggart, and then what?
I'm
Is that
looking
it?
it up right now.
I don't think he's been hurt since.
I want to send an email to John L. Smith and get him there.
Right.
No, you know who needs in is old Houston. Houston wants in. Houston Nutt wants in. That's who.
Oh, of course.
That's who wants in. But okay, let's keep it rolling here.
Levitt's he's at FAU.
He's with Willie still.
He's on the Willie bus. Willie bus landing the commitment from a Penn State
Yeah,
transfer.
because he went from Oregon to he's been all over the map.
He has. So Dan, sorry we skipped right over your Thursday night.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah. with a fantastic handshake.
Oh man, yeah. It was. I think again, most have pointed out the consensus is he was just irritated by the lack of PI calls, which were pass interference. Just inconsequential. The whole effing game was inconsequential. So I don't know how you get that fired up, but I guess that's why.
That's
if
why
you're
he's
getting
a
paid millions of dollars a year,
coach. He is a Division I coach.
Yeah, I guess if you're getting paid millions of dollars a year, you can convince yourself that you want to keep that income and get yourself fired up for, again, an inconsequential game. However you skin it, because Pitt didn't even, you would think maybe bowl slotting for their, but they clearly have no interest in doing so. The news of the day. I'm not even going to talk anymore about the game. The rebranding.
The news of Thursday, last Thursday, the news of a week ago.
News of 2 nights ago is
Okay.
what I'm going to.
Oh, here we go.
We're stripping. A couple weeks ago, I branded it a disappointment with all the guys leaving. Pickett's charge returning for another charge because I can't think of anything else to say. Next year, the 11-game preseason. As I talked about, once you out of playoff contention, that's all it is. Relax. It's just an 11-game preseason for next 2021. So that's been the rebranding, and we'll see what happens because they play Clemson again. They play at Tennessee, as we already touched on. North Carolina looks great. Sam Howell will be back, right? Because he's only a sophomore. He's only 2 years out. So Miami, they'll probably have Dirk King again. So it's not going to be easy. I don't know how much it actually, maybe slightly nudges the floor.
That Coastal should be real fun next year.
The Postal, it could be whether you got bad handshakes or bad blood in the handshakes and everything else. So, but that is the big news for me. Is Kenny coming back? Not much else though. They're still gonna have
they lose a bunch of defensive talent.
Yep.
The 2 linemen, the 2 safeties.
Yep. Fortunately, they've kind of had a trial run anyway with some of these guys.
Yeah.
In the spirit of the 11-game preseason.
Who else? Well, the one of them didn't
Ford
even play.
Hamlin.
Twyman didn't even play this year.
Yep, Weaver, Twyman, and Jones all would have been starting in a normal year.
Yep.
So that's
a
they
lot of
play
talent.
9,000 guys. They play a ton of guys. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not as concerned about it, to be honest. Yeah. And Hamlin, some of the efforts he gave forth.
Hamlin was the guy. Hamlin was the heart and soul of that defense for how many years now? 2-3 years. I feel like.
Well, yeah, but I would say Ford, took over for that.
And then he opted out.
Yeah. So.
Okay, back to regularly scheduled program. 3:30 slot. A lot of ballyhoo games here. Army Navy was gross, 15-0.
Yep.
North Carolina to Miami. The game of the week in many people's estimations.
Incredible performance.
500 yards between 2 running backs. The first tandem, I think, to do 300 and 200.
And they both went over 1,000, which that is incredible. It's incredible enough when you have 2 backs go for over 1,000, other than, an Army or Navy. If they have 2 1,000-yard rushers, it's not as impressive. But in this condensed season.
Well, how many games? 9?
What did they finish with? 10?
Did they do the 10?
They did 10 or 11, I think.
I think
that's really good. That's good, especially all against all conference. You don't even have 3 or 4 non-conference guys
right.
up on,
Right.
They had won against Western Carolina, but
they played the Catamounts. Yeah,
they played the Catamounts 49-7, I think, at the half, and 49-3 at the half. It couldn't cover the 49. They ended up winning 49-9 or 52-9 or something like that.
I actually did notice that. I was following that.
Yeah, I was interested in that. I feel like Miami, anytime they get on the stage, just fall completely flat on their face, except for when they play Notre Dame.
Hey, that's good enough for me.
They are they're the biggest frauds, I feel like. And Diaz, you knew this was coming from Diaz. You knew it was coming.
That I'll just say that's a big label.
Not to this extent, you didn't see coming, but you can't believe in Diaz at all if you're a Miami fan. I haven't been on the boards, but I have a feeling I know what those boards are saying.
Well, I mean, I think they did an okay job other than this week. Even the Clemson game, is as gross of a performance as it was, they still aesthetically made it look a little bit better. And then other than that, they won every game other than that. Not in the most, the Pitt game certainly wasn't a gem. They had all those turnovers.
They won that game with like 2 people on the roster against Virginia Tech by 1.
Right, yeah.
There was news also. One day they came out with the press conference saying that he is staying. They had the press conference saying that he is staying.
Did he tweet out the Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not leaving?
Yeah, exactly. No, the Virginia Tech fans, I was on their board. They are absolutely livid over their athletic director. He took that press conference talking about Fuente or whatever, but took the opportunity to basically badmouth and shit on donors, saying that the ones that want him out of here, we don't even want their money anyway because they don't donate anything. Those guys, they don't even donate that much money anyway. And then turned right around and said, we're accepting donations from everybody. Even if you got $25, we'll take it. He literally said it in the same press conference. How do you run down your donors and then turn around at the end of it, say we don't even want their money. They don't even donate that much. And then ask for $25 at the end of the press conference.
Terrible.
Where was this at?
Virginia Tech AD. Virginia Tech AD, and he is He's doubled down on Fuente. I know people that feel that that may be it for him there. That he's made his bed and he's going down with the ship. But that's another story. Yeah, Fuente, he came back. Zombie Fuente came back with the win in the rivalry game.
They did. They beat the Zimas. So
They
good
did.
job by them, I
Good
guess.
job by them. The night slate, though. Night slate was fantastic. This
Can't
was
believe
the,
it took us long. This long.
this was the first evening of football that I watched where I was like, oh, this is fantastic. This is great college football going on right now. It's largely on the backs of Coastal Carolina coming back, going down with less than a minute to go, then coming down the field 30 seconds to beat Troy. But the shoe heard around the world. How much of this game did you guys watch?
I watched a lot of it. I was watching, as previously mentioned, the Auburn Mississippi State first half. And then as O hung in there, I gravitated more towards that, and I caught some chip. It was great.
The chip was great as well. But yes, the LSU, that first half was unbelievable. Any break they could get, they were getting. That crazy interception at the goal line with the defender on his knees at like the fourth interception. They got a pick six at the half. They forced a fumble for a cheap field goal there at the end. They were getting all the breaks, and then Florida comes right at the half. 2 really fast touchdowns. Induced me to bet them twice, and they were looking good. They were looking great. But just hanging in there. The fog descends on it. The fog all over the field was fantastic. The ESPN had to go to that other camera angle because the regular camera angle was too foggy.
I was a fan.
They had to go to Skycam because it was too foggy.
I want that.
It was so good. It was such a good college football game. They come down. LSU with Brad Johnson's kid. Mom's a MILF, by the way.
Important note.
Important note. Leads him down, game of a lifetime going up against number 6 playoff. But we know the story here. Marco Wilson, but knucklehead play. The question here is, how much blame do you think goes on Dan Mullen and his arrogance? He's had a ton of antics this season. AY, you're tired of his antics, even his good antics with Darth Vader. But he's been smug. They've been good. Offense has been great. Heisman front runner with Trask. Come in. I get that Pitts didn't practice at all week. He tried to warm up, took him out, saying before the game that even if they lose LSU somehow, they beat Bama, they're in. Dan Mullen, plainly his team was not prepared. Slept walk in here, 24-point favorites. How bad of a bungling is this on his part?
I mean, we're not in the locker room with them, but you got to think this arrogance rubs off onto them.
Yeah.
And there's a sense of entitlement when they take the field, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And they're out there just kind of lazy. They absolutely were looking forward to Alabama. LSU was 3-5.
50 players. They brought 50 players to Gainesville.
And
their entire secondary wasn't there. Stingley didn't even play.
True freshman quarterback, first start. They're thinking, now let's get out of here with the win. Go party tonight because it's Florida. There's no rules there. Ready for Alabama. And those cocksuckers up against them. As far as blame percentage, I'm going to put, obviously, most of it on Dan Mullen.
Yeah.
And then maybe 10 to 15% on Marco Wilson. I mean, yes, they should not have been in that situation. But at the end of the day, they were in that spot, and he made a very dumb decision.
Dumb.
And now you see all these shoe jokes everywhere.
And we're going to continue to do it. See it.
We will.
It'll be forever in college football lore.
That was fantastic. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, you have a brewski over there.
Oh, yeah, he's got a brewski. I think he's got one every week. Every night we do it.
Who's that? Pony up.
Look at this can. Pony up, Scrap.
Pony up, Scarp.
Pony up. Oh, my goodness.
Pony up, Scarp.
Sorry.
Yeah.
anybody who does stumble into this broadcast, you just saw my neck up close and personal. I have the StreamYard is on. I have 3 screens going, and I've got the StreamYard on the screen behind my camera. So there you go.
There you go.
Shaved the other day. Anyway, I was going to try and muster up a contrary point of view, like, oh, maybe this is, they've had a tough year. They rally behind, rally around each other. I feel like you could make that narrative, and then Florida would still win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I can't. For them to win, it's pretty much inexcusable all around for Florida. So
I mean, they were 28-point favorites.
pathetic.
There's a lot of fans there too.
There were a ton.
There were a lot. I thought it was like 40,000.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
No rules.
Is that week?
Well, we didn't. That's basically the end of the week. Chip, we can talk about really quickly, but Chip jumped out 28.
Yeah, that was rough.
Ken was firing Helton for being down 50. He was going to lose 56-10 in Can's eyes.
Yeah. If he lost 56-10, is this it for Helton?
You're running out of targets. We're going to need to have some new. I bet you to just go slightly off tangent. I think Fleck's going to come into your crosshairs over the next couple of years. They just keep kind of putzing around. Is Fleck done? I can see that coming around.
Top of the list is easy. Top of the list right now.
Clay.
No, Fuente.
Oh, Fuente, then Clay.
Yeah, well, Clay is safe now because of the.
But he's always in. He's
always there. He's always ready to be moved right into the crosshairs.
Right.
But Fuente is squarely in the process.
Yeah. Chip Kelly once again not in the crosshairs because that was dumb.
Nice comeback from them. Another crazy game. Pac-12 after dark. That was fun. But okay, so we are on to now this week, championship week.
Anything else on week 15
Yeah,
and 1?
anything else on this week?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good too.
All right, I'm good.
All right. Restart your engines, Ken. You're about to have a grand intro into the championship.
Yeah.
No, I'm just worried about Eric Barra right now, picking the freaking Raiders apart. The Raiders went 3-0.
The Guntherless Raiders.
We gone through the list Raiders. Let's start out. I mean, there's not that many games. We can run through. You guys got Marshall or UAB here for
I think I
CU?
like Marshall, despite that goofy Rice.
Yeah,
That's one of the weird results. The 20-0 shutout. I'm not breaking it. That's a strange one there, but I think they circle the wagons. This is at Marshall also.
So the Ryan Conference USA championship here. UAB I think has made it to the championship all 3 years they've been back, which is impressive, in their own right. But yeah, I agree. Marshall shaking off the rust and the shameful loss, 20-0 to Rice, to drop out of the rankings. I have them rolling. Here, 4.5 was the line. I got them winning by 2 touchdowns.
That works for Marshall.
We got Mac here. Buffalo, 13-point favorites over Ball State. I think Patterson will go for $2.50 here. And they win big. I bet this game at 12.5, so I have them winning big. By 4 touchdowns. I'll go 49 to 21.
Not much has impressed me in the MAC this year.
Well, that's one thing we didn't talk about. Did the ending to the Ball State Western Michigan game impress you last week?
That was something else for sure. But I'll start with you here. Buffalo is definitely the most known entity in that conference as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, they'll cover.
Chargers are up 7-0. This I'm pissed. What this means, Carr will have to throw more. Let's throw more.
That's right. Yep. This is always going to be a shootout.
Yes.
Anyway, I think I'm going to take Ball State. You mentioned that Western Michigan tomfoolery. they were down 2 touchdowns in that game also. Ball State was. So I think a little backdoorish. Sorry, Ken.
Mm.
Can I say I can't really predict a push for your purposes. So I'll go by 12. Ball State or Buffalo by 12.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I could see the 2-point conversion failing.
Oh, Ken, I have a little update for you
Oh.
as far as Clark Lee replacements.
Oh, Manti Te'o.
No, but there is a former player, rumored Marcus Freeman, DC, Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
But that'd be-
Ohio State guy.
But I am looking it up. That would be a scheme change. Don't want that.
Hmm.
Could be a combination of Mike Elston, who's basically already the assistant DC, and Terry Joseph, the passing coordinator. That'd be a little weird, a little hybrid. And there's a little known Irish former walk-on, Nick Lazinski.
I do not know him.
Yeah,
I'm unfamiliar with his work.
he's like even below Cam McDaniel in his photo.
He's a Rudy. He's a Rudy, if you will.
More or less a Rudy, yes. He is a defensive analyst and a real up and comer. So you're looking at could possibly have 2 20-year-old coordinators in the next few years.
Wow.
Be something.
So there's that. I'm sorry. Carry on with your. I don't mean to stop.
And you do not have a preference out of that group.
No, I don't know anything about Freeman besides. Cincinnati defense is good and be a scheme change, but I don't know enough about schemes and player personnel to say
Right.
yes or no. So as of right now, no comment. No preference.
All right. No preference, no comment.
I mean, they just hired Tom Reese as offensive coordinator, so
Right.
I kind of trust Kelly's gonna make the right decision. Sorry, Ken. Carry on.
Okay. No worries. As we continue, I don't think we want to talk about Gers, Nebraska, or the cancel. Okay, Oregon sliding in to the Pac-12 championship game. Washington running into COVID issues. How do you guys see this one going? USC 3-point favorites now. Oregon, now they've lost 2 in a row, I believe it is, right?
Yep. It
Uh,
was Beavs and then Cal.
Yeah, gross Cal loss. I honestly didn't even see that. I didn't even realize they lost him. USC, number 13. How do you feel about the USC disrespect here?
There's not enough games.
But Ohio State's up there with the same amount of games.
I'm mostly okay.
I'm not going to speak too quietly or speak too loudly about Ohio State in this house, other than unless it's positive.
I'm mostly okay with it because I know this is the laziest, most subjective argument, but if you watch the games, USC's pulled a win.
Three wins out of their asses.
Out of
Yes.
thin air. And it's just they haven't really shown much. But yes, they win. I get it, they win. But if you're not gonna play that many games, you better look good doing it.
Yeah.
So,
And this is at USC. I didn't realize, but was this the original plan, or because of everything going on in Santa Clara was that shifted? Do we know? Just out of curiosity, I don't know.
I believe that what you said is correct. The latter.
Got it. Okay, so they were scheduled to play at the Big Jeans,
Yes, in the large jean pocket.
The-
Yes.
the large
The
jean
big-
pocket.
the big jeans.
The
Yeah.
jean pocket, the big pocket. The big
See,
pocket.
I think USC is going to win this game for what you just brought up, Ken.
Yeah.
Just disrespect and.
Yeah. I think they ought to be.
And I'm not picking Shuck because it's spelled SHO.
Show you mean. Show.
Shoff.
Shaw.
Anything other than Shuck, I think that's enough reason to not pick them.
USC shouldn't be number 13. They really should be in the top 10. How far into the top 10, I don't know, but I think they should be top 10. Now they've got Cincinnati up in there. I know Cincinnati's won more impressively over some
Right.
teams.
Yeah, that'd be the counter there.
Yeah. But okay. What else we got here? We got into the set. Okay, I'm also taking USC here by 7.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're making picks, I might as well pick one too.
Because like Oregon, when you're throwing, you're on a 2-game losing streak. Maybe this is all the like, with a gambling standpoint, you barely think rationally. It's usually how I think about these things, but I think in this, with the stakes, what they are, I think I got to go with USC.
I will go with USC as well. And just to clean up what I was mentioning earlier, I agree. I think they should be a little higher as well. They should give them some credit for winning these games. I'm okay with 11, 10. Put them at 10th. Yeah, that's cool with me. The offense, I mean, the quarterback and 2 receivers, slow some of the throwing to Tyler Vaughns. I mean, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's up there with one of the best trios in the country. Like, that's
Sure, yeah. Yep.
And that's after losing Pittman. That's after they've always got great receivers.
those guys are nasty, and I know there's always injury issues out there. I mean, offensive line issues, but if Helm can get these guys going, I think they win as well. I think it's a decent team, and in a way, haven't been playing up to what they're capable of, and I think they will this weekend. But I mean, they're not getting in, obviously, but they win. Where we go next?
Big Ten. Are you getting updates there from the Big Ten commissioner over there, Ken?
I am. Big Ten. Didn't mention this in the news and notes, but some rumors flying around Columbus. Dan, I need you to do some more reconnaissance over there.
So I can yeah.
Behind enemy lines. I'm getting updates that Aguilar is to the 5. So Aguilar to the 5 means we're kind of close. I mean, not close enough to run it, so maybe they have to pass it.
Let's just exactly.
But,
let's set the stage here. I mean, we're already 52 minutes in. Yeah. Ken, you got a glitch in the FanDuel app?
Yes, FanDuel app. Yes, you're right. I haven't brought AY in. There was a mistaken line that was put.
Bad number post.
Derek Carr, two or more touchdown passes, and Raiders to win. Raiders money line. For plus 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah, plus 1,500. So I promptly dropped $100 on it. And within 7 minutes, they had changed the odds to plus 162. And I could have cashed out for like $550 or something like that. And I'm letting it ride right now. But that's why I was worried about Air Bear going up 7-0 now. And now they're down to the 5. Aguilar down to the 5.
Here we go. Third and goal at the 2.
Play action pass.
Play action to Darren Waller. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping.
Well, you have to let me know. I don't have it on.
Yeah.
Big Ten. Do we have any Big Ten updates?
Big Ten. So
we're playing as of now.
Yeah. I mean, nothing solid yet, but the rumor going around town is that Olave got it. The whole wide receiver room is in trouble, and that they are planning to play it. Now, if they do not play it, the game, apparently both will be crowned co-Big Ten champions, and that will be that. Now, the thing with the playoffs is, if Ohio State does make it to the playoffs, playoff committee has already said that they are letting the conferences administer their own protocols for when it comes to COVID. So if Ohio State makes it, the receiver room would all ostensibly be subject to the 21-day COVID protocol of the Big Ten, which would not be good because that would run into 2 weeks when they are playoffs. I think Carr got hurt.
That's not good.
That's not good. He pulled his groin. Oh my God.
How do they know? What do we love to say? How do they know?
How do they know?
That concludes your Las Vegas Raiders Chargers update for the evening.
That is done. All right. Wow. Okay. That's a damper. That sucks.
You want me to take over?
Anyways, other notes in this Northwestern game, you got what's his face? Darren Vell's got thousands of dollars on the game. $238,000. If
Cover your earmuffs.
earmuffs say why, you'll get pissed. Anyways, Northwestern 20-point underdogs. Do they have a shot here? Depends on the receivers, obviously. How do you guys see this? If the receivers are seemingly going to play, or they may not.
I mean, Wisconsin was up last year, controlling the first half. So I don't see why Northwestern can't do something similar to that and muck it up.
Yeah.
Can they get the coin toss? Let's just go through this at the start, because I think that'll probably be key, because that was what Wisconsin did, as AY just mentioned. Can they get the coin toss? Do you take the ball if you're Northwestern, or do you want to put your defense out there?
I put my defense out there. You muck that. They muck it up. I put the defense out.
Get the stop.
Defense, yeah.
And then get Ramsey to go on like a 10-minute drive where they're just, Venus fly trapping, and then before you know it, it's either 7-0 or 7-3. Then we have a game. But I don't. At the big oil can, here's the thing. The defense I'll make for Ohio State's, closest call is the weather was shit. And you put them inside here on the fast track, it didn't matter last year. Again, calling back to that again. Think Can's law of averages. It could be some trouble for the Cats.
Yeah.
So that would be my.
The Cats mucked it up 2 years ago when they played them as well.
A little bit, yeah. But that team, they were always kind of up in the air from week to week. It felt like
that Ohio State team. You're saying?
Yeah, the bow. Obviously, Purdue finally pulled down their pants and did many things to them. And then, from week to week, really, they had some trouble. I think this team still has a gear to hit. So I would lay the 20, but I've also, got to say that. Otherwise, I might not make it through the night here.
I've got them winning big also. I think they want to put it on them. Another crotch shot day.
Another crotch shot. I did something with whenever I put my hand down. We've got StreamYard branding popping up here. There we go.
There we go. All right. Well,
back. Hey, why did you take them? Who did you take?
I'll take the points here.
Yep.
I don't think Northwestern's any good.
No, they're not.
But I think I'm overly harsh on Northwestern. I'm overly harsh on teams like Iowa, Wisconsin, for good reason. Is Wisconsin still fourth in the FPI?
No way.
It wouldn't stun me. It would not stun me. They're such garbage.
I think they're set on so much fire. But
Wisconsin is 12 in F+. So there you go. That's interesting.
What's Northwestern in F+?
They are 26th.
Yeah, I think they hang on by the skin of their teeth in like a 31-14 game. I think their defense is pretty good, but it's not good enough to hold the levy back.
I think Ohio State's all their starting receivers are going to be in trouble, which means Penn State fans will be so excited and so happy for Ohio State's misfortune, only to see Julian Fleming come in with his 4 receptions on the year, come out and have his breakout game, and send Penn State fans back to the hell that they live in.
We need to put Dave on this channel. Him watching, because he has the most disdain for Fleming, I think.
He does. And Ohio State will win by 4 touchdowns, 3 of which are scored by Julian Fleming. 3 of the total touchdowns.
People have been bagging on the running game. It'd be interesting to see if they actually.
Well, Master Teague is terrible. He's
yeah. It'd be interesting to see if they take that personally, and
maybe and pull a 2014
right. Yep.
title game. That'd be something. All right, let's get to the headliners here. Penn State, Illinois.
I'm not even joking. I have to move my car.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you do the preview. Of course, I'm taking the Illini because Penn State still has not proven themselves back to me yet.
I'm
for 5 weeks and they didn't win.
Don't love me, the loveless Illini, and Amatter Bebe has opted out. So I will I'll keep this simple. Penn State, again, opening at 14.5. I think it's up to 15.5. I'll take them by 3 touchdowns. Penn State imposes Illinois without a coach, nothing to play for. Penn State wins big.
Where's this game at?
It is in Happy Valley. Penn State fans wanted it canceled because of the snowstorm. They were asking if it can be canceled. It is not canceled to my knowledge yet.
Why do they want it to be canceled?
Because they don't want the possibility of losing to Illinois.
Wait, how does Illinois even get off the bus here?
I don't know.
Just like you're saying, they stink. They don't have a coach. They know, get this game over with, and our season's done. We can hang out. I mean, yeah. You got 2 teams heading in the opposite direction here. Penn State's hot, and Illinois is not. And now I have the hiccups. Jeez. Penn State covers 38-17. Blowout City. Actually, 17. 17 is actually a lot, but yeah. Screw up. I like State here.
All right, me too. Dan has Illinois.
Dan is Illinois.
All right.
What,
Let's go.
that game's at like 5:30?
Yeah, it's a 5:30 kick. I don't know how they came up with that.
So, just when it gets pitch black out there.
Yep, exactly. The night game, the whiteout. All right. Let's go to, before we get to the main attraction, Dan coming back just in time. SEC Championship, one of the final ones, or they're numbered now for CBS to be doing before it goes to the worldwide leader. SEC Championship game. We've got the deflated Gators, 17-point dogs to the Bama Machine. I don't see, again, like you said, AY, how Illinois gets off the bus. I don't know what Florida is going to be able to do here. I could see Alabama coming out here winning by 4 touchdowns easily. With the deflated Gators team, how do you guys see this going? Talk me off the ledge. Talk me into a good game here. I want a good game. You don't see it.
AY's not providing it. I will just say this. We've had examples of Dan Mullen, who we've just ripped on early in this podcast. Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
Mustering up, cooking up some game plans. I'm interested to see how he approaches it. He did an excellent job against Joe Burrow last year. People forget that.
Was it a good job against Joe Burrow, or they
have anything he was sitting on, and it's now just mentally he needs to get them readjusted? Like, does he actually have a master game plan that we've seen? Even going back to Mississippi State, obviously they gave, they got the number 1 as Mississippi State.
That's an all. I think that's his career accomplishment, no matter what he does.
So
even if he wins a national title, that's a career. That's the.
And again, the recent example, because sometimes I fall into that with Harbaugh, especially the last couple of years with him. But you got the recent example again against last year against Joe Burrow. Does he have a game plan in hand to keep up with them and just keep going blow for blow, maybe till the very end? And I'll tell you this: great lottery ticket. I don't even know how much it would pay out. If you can even do it, Trask to win the Heisman and then the Florida money line. Great lottery ticket bet. That even went up to your Michigan State and Holton
Anis' money line.
The ECU AY that you had a few weeks ago. That's what I would be hitching my wagon to. That's me trying to convince you guys that we could see a game. We just have a handful of examples in Mullen's coaching career in the SEC that maybe they'll just come up with something. And it's 8 o'clock. I mean, come on. It's got to just be here. Like, they just have to get reset here. I don't know how you talk them into thinking, hey, we're going to go play for a national championship if we win this game. I don't see that happening, but
I actually
that's
think
my
he might
case.
be I think he might be able to because his arrogance is something. So he actually
Back
might
to the arrogance.
truly believe it.
Yeah.
And to touch on your point about Trask and the Heisman, I don't know if I mentioned this in the pod or not last week.
Oh, you did. Oh no, I was going to give you credit for that. Yep.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is about Mac Jones, that was sniffed out. But what I didn't account for is Devontae Smith.
Yep.
He is sweet.
Who's the favorite? He's the favorite, I think, right?
Is he the favorite? No
He's
way.
close to it, if not.
Wow.
I saw Jones was still the favorite, but everywhere I'm looking, I think I'm hearing a lot of Smith backing, but there's
Right.
900 plus votes, and I just think all these boring, rigid voters are gonna stick with Mac Jones.
They're going to Jason White.
If I had a vote, I mean, yeah, obviously it's Devontae Smith, but yeah, I mean, the Trask angle there is good. If he pulls this off, that'd be some ticket.
And you got to win too. It can't even
Yeah.
be in a losing effort like Wazoo in some of those games. It's got to be they got to win it for him to get it. Because I think, Adam Kramer went on Gill's show and talked about how he's going to likely vote for Devontae Smith. And again,
Kegs
that's
and
one voice. Kegs and eggs, yeah. Add kegs and eggs.
That's
So-
I mean, that makes I think 4 now because I heard Klatt said Devontae Smith,
Mhm.
Desmond said Devontae Smith, and actually Cannell was on Pitts but he said Pitts or Devontae Smith, whoever wins that game, pretty much.
Canale
Colin from Colin's
out
office.
out of Malzahn's office in Springfield, Arkansas. Now it's
So there's
Yeah.
4. But I mean, I hope it's Devontae. But then you'd be kind of annoyed that some of these great receivers over the years didn't get more credit. Fitzgerald, the first one that comes to mind.
Mhm.
But I think it'd be good to see it. I hope it is. And that being said, circling back to the game at hand, you at least planted the seed of doubt in my mind, Dan, with the Mullen arrogance and cooking up a game
The
plan.
recent examples. That's all you can go to, I feel like.
I'm just going to still go with Bama by 20, just because this machine is well oiled, and I'd feel better having that ticket at kickoff than Florida. But
And you learned your lesson. You learned your lesson with this from last year when we both picked Georgia.
Yeah, I pick against Bama. And
Just don't step in front of the freight train.
yeah.
I mean,
Pick 'em-
I'm going to again, but I'm just saying as a rule of thumb, no. I'll take
2
Florida.
weeks ago.
to cover.
I had Auburn 2 weeks ago. I thought they'd muck it up. No.
I'll take Florida, but they lose by 14 points. We won't get the cover, and we won't get a good game.
I can't believe this. Do you already have something on Alabama?
What?
Do you already have something on Alabama, though?
No.
Are you doing this thing where you have the wager offsetting?
No, I haven't bet Alabama. I haven't bet Alabama. I will end up betting them with the free bet.
with the free. Okay.
With a free bet, I will end up betting Alabama with the free bet. I've done that every time, and they've won every time.
Smart.
It makes me mad because I'm like, oh, I wish I used the free bet on a bad bet because you don't get the stake in the free bet. You get pissed about that.
That is true. And Mariota in the game. Sorry, there's your last Raiders update. Sorry.
Yeah, the Raiders just suck. I can't believe it.
There you go.
All right. So did you guys just do Illinois and Penn State while I stepped away?
Yes. So
Okay.
we are on to the prime matchup here.
The game of the year.
The game of the year, part deuce.
Yep.
AY, the stage is yours.
Stage is yours.
I don't really have that much to say.
Oh, come on.
God!
This is it. You've had in your lifetime, in your not your podcast lifetime either, but you had the 2012 Irish. You kind of had a little bit of a, prance across the finish line to get to the to get to the title game against that USC Max Whitting team. You had who'd they have?
Theo.
Who was their last game?
Yeah, Theo.
No. Their last game a couple years ago. Who was their last game?
USC.
Or USC again, right? With
they were down 10-0.
but again, not a giant hurdle to clear. This is the hurdle. I mean, I said it obviously tongue in cheek because Pitt had no chance of beating Clemson, but no excuses. This is the no excuses team, almost team of the decade. So I'm trying to get you into it here. I'm trying my best here. I wish I was in your position, kind of, because Clemson's really good.
Yeah, and I mean they're full health now, so that's good because you want them at their best. I mean, yeah, you beat them once, but there's always that little caveat. People say, "Yeah, well, Lawrence defense, all this." So here, you get them at their best. They look good. I mean, they're on somewhat of a warpath recently. And I mean, Trevor Lawrence has lost once in his life. It was to Joe Burrow. You look at their last 40+ games as a double-digit favorite. They've won them all. It's been single-digit game only 4 times, I think, in there. So they're just, I think it's probably going back to the Pitt game. So they're just blowing teams out.
Yep.
That they should. And I know it's a different year and everything, but it's just, they're still doing it. I mean, I think you're gonna see a lot of similar things. The thing I'm most worried about is the deep passing game. Powell and Rogers are very good receivers, and Notre Dame corners are the weakest link of not even the defense, the whole team. It's the weakest unit. Tariq Bracy has played not great. He's pretty much demoted to a dime back at this point. True freshman Clarence Lewis is a starter with Nick McLeod. You got Sean Crawford, the nickel / safety with Kyle Hamilton. Pryor's back there mixed in with Houston Griffith. The secondary is not pretty, besides Hamilton. So he's gonna need to make a huge play. Last time they played, Owusu Koromoa made the huge play with the Etienne drop fumble 6. So I think this is Hamilton's time to do something like that. The defensive line, no sacks until overtime, then 2 in a row. I mean, running a turnover or 2. And Lawrence doesn't really throw picks, but he does throw picks on the red zone though.
He does.
And I saw a note on Lawrence hasn't been running a lot this year. I think that changes if you can get a prop on Lawrence rushing yards over. I think that would be my favorite play of the game. So I do think he's going to run it a lot because that's an element that Notre Dame didn't see in the last game they can look to exploit. They saw the drop back passes, the 3-step drop slants, all that with Uyagalele. And Lawrence is obviously different. The third down conversions, the 4-15 the first time through. That'll be different this time, you'd think. And then defense, here's excuses. No Davis, Jones, Skalski. Well, he still gave up 47 points. I mean, 33 in overtime. Both teams settled for field goals last time. See if the redder area, the 30 and in, they can be better. Both teams struggled there. Both teams turned it over inside their own red zone. And then you look at the personnel stuff. I mentioned last time the 12 personnel, 11 personnel, the running formations, the tendencies. Is Tom Rees going to break tendency? They're a lot better running out of 12 personnel than 11, but they run so much more at 12. So I have so many questions. After the first quarter, you might know a lot more, but it might be too late at that point. I mean, I'm excited.
Do you feel that the offense? I mean, I felt like the offense was moving the ball on Clemson last game, but you look back and they really only scored the first touchdown and the last touchdown of the game, right? You got a defensive touchdown in there, some mistakes here and there from Clemson's offense, and they were forced by the defense. Good job. Do you think Skalski back and the Clemson defense at full strength, you think it's even tougher now this time, especially knowing that they were able to drive some on him? Will Venables, have his team? You worry about the Venables having his team really playing up here and fired up because of
it's gonna be that. Yeah, you're gonna get guys. You're gonna have to play that much harder. No, but it could be a different intensity that is hard to quantify, but it could definitely be there. And I mean, yeah, they gave a lot of points. Notre Dame did get chunk plays last time. It was kind of weird to see Notre Dame not marching down the field, but move down the field easier than I definitely thought they would have.
Yeah, they were moving the ball on.
That's been the real missing link in the bigger games the last few years. Just Notre Dame completely bogs down. Miami scored 8 points. Michigan last year, they didn't do anything in the rain. Clemson in the semifinals scored 3 points. So just to see the ball being moved was awesome. Book played great. Big plays too. McKinley twice, Davis once. And I think it's up to Tom Rees is going to break tendency or not. That's Venables has been in these big games. Tom Rees hasn't. It's definitely an advantage, but it could be an advantage for Tom Rees that Venables has no clue what he's going to do here. It's a rematch too, so Venables knows how these rematches go. Tom Rees is a younger cat. Is he going to mix in some new school, game theory here that Venables isn't accustomed to? That could be something as well. I mean, who knows? It's a lot of cat.
Kansas did it. Let's go Hawks!
AY was mid-stride and Can interjecting. Thank you.
I mean, I'm kind of just talking because I'm definitely nervous. I guess a real macro comment here. If Notre Dame loses, are they in?
Well, being the company man I am, of course they're in.
They're in.
Now, I do think they have a very strong case if they cover. I really do. Not that the committee's going to look. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I think if they're down 24, they're down 38-14 and then lose 38-28 because we're picking in, 10.5? So if that happens, maybe not. But if it's, relatively nip and tuck, obviously, if it goes to overtime, I think you have to put both teams in, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking for validation from Mr. Zoo up there.
I think so. Yeah, Notre Dame is in if it's close.
I actually think Notre Dame is already pretty much in, and I say this because I'm wondering if there's been a phone call made by the ACC to ensure a Clemson victory. Therefore, an inside job. So the
A.Y. Swinney. Little Notre Dame.
To guarantee the conference to participants.
Wow. A.Y., what was the hot take at the beginning of the podcast? I didn't remember. We're an hour and 18 minutes in.
The Vols take down A&M.
Oh, the Vols. Yeah, the Vols take down A&M. You just one-upped it there. Conspiracy A.Y. Oh, that's – if I could find a way to put a tinfoil hat on you. No, I think that's totally realistic because I think that does go on to a degree. Or at least they know, It's like if we were about to call this game, is it in our best interest to, lean in the best interest of the conference signing our checks? Is that how it works, Ken? I feel like that's something you would know.
Yeah.
They're employed by the ACC, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
So I think they could definitely have some of that going on.
I mean,
but
I'm not.
You have to look at
this kind of stuff, but it's just you got to float it.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I think even if you look at what was the score? You were there, AY. You were hammered, but you were there. 7-3 after Notre Dame went down, kicked a field goal, and then the ensuing kickoff. There was the chicanery with the
where Claypool recovered it, but he was
even that a little bit. I don't know what officiating crew was on that game, but that's a little. Was it ACC maybe on that game? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I think even there it's kind of like, I mean, don't we want this Bama, Clemson grudge match once again, as opposed to Notre Dame potentially getting slaughtered by Alabama again? It's definitely. I think it's definitely in the people's minds. I think it would be. unless they completely, shut themselves out. But I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd be hard to. I guess you could just call a bunch of holding penalties, or every 50-50 goes a certain way. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I think it's gonna happen. But I just think people should know it could be in the minds. Yes.
Yeah.
But no, it's a long-winded way of saying I don't think Clemson's going to need the refs' help in this game.
Oh.
I'm not saying it's
And he ends it with a wet fart.
Machine here. I think we are going to get Clemson machine.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be.
Yeah, Ken, you called that about 4 minutes after the game.
Yeah.
4 minutes after the first game ended.
Yeah.
You reminded me, I know you guys don't listen to Howard Stern, but he recently signed a contract renewal. And then, everybody's being all congratulatory and, celebrating him in the middle of a commercial break. And then Gary, his executive producer, goes, "Hey, Bolf, you want me to read you your hate mail?" The hate mail is that Ken was reading the hate mail as AY was trying to enjoy the moment for 5 minutes. I think they're going to kill him whenever Lawrence comes back.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible. Clemson certainly has that ball in their bag or that club in their bag, whatever you want to call it. But I have faith.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. We go this. I'm handicapping this like a horse race. We look at the past performances, and I know you can't always use that to project the future. But if you're looking at just the sheet in front of you, Clemson has the pedigree. Notre Dame does not. Doesn't mean that a 40-1 shot can't win a race. And Notre Dame's definitely a 40-1 shot here, but.
Oh, against Clemson or just to win it all?
No, I'm saying Notre Dame is definitely not your 40.
Oh, definitely not. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, they're a viable opponent. They will play well, and I think Clemson wins I think Notre Dame can hang around here, 38-24, and I think it's a good game.
What do you got, Kenny?
I think. Like I said, right after the
4 minutes. I can go check the timestamps of the text messages. I think it was that bad.
I think I better stick to my guns here. And
all right, first instinct, that's fine.
First instinct says I got a 17-point victory here. I'll go 34-17.
I've got 28-27.
Maybe 35.
I've got 28-27. Tigers. Sorry.
Good game. ACC Dan is ready for the.
I'm a company man, you know this, but no, I think we saw enough of an impressive performance from Notre Dame first go around, and not too much changing since then, other than Lawrence coming back, obviously. But that is great. Just how much if they can get rolling on offense again. Just get some momentum. I think they've got the beef. I talked about their beef. I noticed it when they were playing against Pitt, and I think they're there. I said that when they played them in the playoff, and then they lasted a quarter and a half or whatever. So maybe now they're actually there. Is all I'm saying.
I know
since they actually beat them once.
That is there. I know it's a different team, but a positive that I'm thinking about is look at this last 50 minutes of the Carolina game, how that defense played.
Yeah.
Which you could argue is a better offense than Clemson's.
Possibly, yeah.
And
of course I do, because again, company man. Friend of the pod, mentor, Phil Longo. Have to be in the bag for him.
For the last 50 minutes, Notre Dame held them to like 130 yards.
Yeah.
So, hey, if the defense can ball out, we'll see.
I'm excited for it. I really am. It's going to be a great day. I'm getting so much food. I offered to make the wings, as I mentioned to you, AY, and I think Roth, because we were discussing the show Hot Ones. Can have you seen that at all?
Yeah. I have. I've heard funny stories about it as well. Being in the industry.
I've got a so track record of making my own homemade wings.
Yeah, I've got a recipe.
All right, well you have to.
They're not hot wings. They're not buffalo either. They're more honey herb. Oh,
Oh, so for a sauce. I'm talking about actual preparation.
It actually goes naked most of the time. No sauce.
Gotcha. All right.
But you don't watch porn though, right?
No, I don't watch
Ken does not watch porn. Porn note.
hot ones. I don't watch porn.
But yeah, big spread. Shout out to the Holy Date. Also officially graduates tomorrow. Finished with PA school. I can't believe it.
Congrats to the whole day.
But hopefully, it will not be good if this Ohio State game does not go off. I will say that right now. That will be. I might be watching the game on my phone and doing Uber Eats deliveries if Ohio State doesn't play it. It could be that miserable here.
Wow.
Or watching out in my car. But I'm excited for the day. It's a nice, I don't think it'll be too stressful to Ohio State. And then you got the build up to the Irish, and then I'm hoping, fingers crossed with the SEC championship, that we get a good one.
I am excited
A good
about
half, even a good half. I'll take a good half.
I don't have much hope in that one. That will be a good game, but I do think it could be a good day of football.
What are you thinking? You said 34-17, Clem. Ken, are you thinking crock potting? Or you think it's like a bit of a flash fry, like a 14-17 nothing start for Clem?
I think it's crock potting. I don't think that touchdown makes it 17 till late.
So you think it's a little bit like the playoff, elongated to maybe midway through the third?
I mean, Notre Dame came out fired up in that playoff game.
Yeah.
And then Book had a fumble though, right? That really ignited things, and then that's when Ross started going off.
I still think it was the non, the
non-fumble on the kickoff, the non-football.
I think that was the start of the chain reaction. But that's just one man's opinion.
Just one.
So should we do locks?
We can lock.
Or do we pick Josie Boise? Josie getting 6.5 against Boise. You guys didn't do that one?
Did not do it. I'm taking Boise.
Go with Boise. Yeah.
I'm going Boise. The darling Josie.
I'm going Josie.
Josie was so close to getting incinerated by that Nevada team. I don't know. But they're a physical bunch. I think they'll bow up. I think it's like a 24-14 type. But the Bachmeier prevails, assuming he's playing. Who knows? They've had 9,000 different quarterbacks there.
Do we think Coastal closes the table?
Yeah, we can do that one. So I've got an actual opinion on this. It didn't make it to the lock, but you remember, I guess some things have changed, especially with Postal beating BYU. But the Cajuns were like a 7 or 8 point favorite when they first played this year. I don't know how much has actually changed other than the perception of Postal.
Right.
But I don't think anybody was really out, and it was a super close game.
I'm thinking the Cajuns come out and win it. I think they do.
I think they do. We've seen this before with the Houston team, with Sumlin.
Yeah.
So we're pissing all over him.
Sumlin is all over.
He's nothing but negativity from us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you see it in some of the MAC ones in the past. I remember that Ball State. Second mention of them, I guess. Ball State team was undefeated, got beat by Buffalo. I think that, and then I think that coach is really good still, Napier. I'm surprised he's.
Yeah, Billy. I mean, he's in all the conversations.
Yeah, aside from the 37-yard safety that he took against App.
The 35-yarder.
Yeah. And we do Big 12.
We did not do Big 12.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
We didn't do.
It's the Big 12.
Where's Roth at? Is he back studio?
I'm going Oklahoma here. Oklahoma gets revenge. I've been off. I'm never.
Week one. And I told you, I talked you off the ledge. One of my better calls this year.
I did. Iowa State guys, they were right this year. I love Matt Campbell. I do not like Iowa State. Always overrated, in my opinion. Still overrated. Number 6. What are they? Number 6? Bullshit. The loss to
it is a bit high.
The loss to Kansas. Are you kidding me? Overrated. Get him out of here.
I got Iowa State. Sorry.
Iowa State cover or Iowa State win?
Win. Yeah, win.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hey, what-
Iowa State cover, Oklahoma win. The Cajuns do beat Postal, and Tulsa covers against Cincinnati.
We forgot that too. Yeah, wow.
Cincy. Okay. Okay.
The show has been all over the place. We usually conclude with, but it's been a long one.
It has
I
been
had
a
nerves. I will say I had some nerves about having the camera. How often do I look straight into the camera? Can I look at my other screens?
I've been all over the place with the screens. You know that.
Can I plug in my phone charger? Can I take a drink of water off camera? It's amazing. I like it. Hopefully the audio comes out clear-ish. We may all need to do headphones just because my voice is so damn loud. It might pick up on.
I know mine is loud. Mine is very loud.
Yeah. But I got you picked Tulsa, AY?
Yeah, I
To
think
cover.
they cover.
I think so,
believe by
too.
like 7 or 8. I think it's close.
Yeah. That sounds good. You like Cincinnati? You love this Cincinnati team, Ken.
Yeah,
about week three, you
I-
love them.
I kind of want to take them, but no, I think they'll win by 10. I think they'll.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm locking up Nebraska.
Oh my God.
Friday night
Desperate.
special. Get your weekend started right. -6.5. Huskers, Frost. He takes out his frustration of Milton going to FSU over him.
Can't believe, yeah.
Spurs, too fat and sassy, Ken. After
I'm
Maryland.
I am taking Buffalo. Taking Buffalo big. Buffalo big.
All right.
Second week in a row, Army hosts a Fellow Service Academy. So there's that. Air Force catching 3. It could be good.
This is for the commander in chief.
Commander in Chief. I don't think Wisconsin should be laying 12.5 to anybody, but they are. And I would take UCLA, but can they get off the deck? I don't even know. So therefore, I'm going to take. Oh, I almost took Tennessee. I'm taking Louisiana. Lock them up. I think they end Postal.
All right.
Dan, you convinced me. You made a good point there. Like, what really has changed? It was a Postal.
That line, it's just it is in Postal, so there you got that slight swing. They're gonna have fans there. I don't know if they had fans at Louisiana. I'm sure they did. Let's get real, it's Louisiana.
It's Louisiana. Yeah, there was a Postal field goal with 4 seconds left that won the game by 3.
So
So yeah,
there
that's
we go.
there we go.
And I don't know when we'll be back. I suppose. I mean, I hope. Well, I definitely hope, for the sake of the show, that we'll have Irish back in the playoff. But
That'd be
we're not
good.
gonna- What's the bowl like? But what's the bowl likelihood for Penn State now, Ken? I mean, they're going to beat Illinois.
Yeah, it sounds like they're probably going to be in it for the Duke Mayo Bowl against Wake. That's what the projections are saying. Duke Mayo Bowl against Wake.
I'm still holding out for the Citrus. I think they're going to fall up enough to get the Citrus.
Dude, I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I do not know.
We'll have to research.
I'll have to read up on it. I think it's what the Belk Bowl used to be.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
It's a Belk.
Yeah, so down there in Carolina. All right.
Yeah.
Are you guys going?
I
Grant's probably fucking going. That guy, he loves going to bowl games. If you go to Texas to see your team play Memphis, you're into it. Case closed. You're into it.
yeah.
He did go to that, right? I'm not misquoting.
He did, but he wanted to go to all the New Year's Six bowls. He wants to go to all the.
I understand.
The prestige. The prestige.
I know. The prestige that should be all playoff games.
Yeah.
We'll cover that next time.
We'll cover that next time. All right. We are at an hour and a half right now.
Hour and 34 minutes. If
Can we get
somebody
another?
watches,
Can we sneak another crotch shot in?
one more.
There it is. There you go.
The triple Indy of crotch shots.
I guess.
Not to be confused with my triple Indy of NFL picks on Sunday. God, brutal. And I had the Browns 3.5 the other night.
Oh, well, since we were talking about that, I'll puff my chest a little bit. 5-0 in Super Contest last week.
Oh,
So
who'd you take?
I was on the Eagles.
All right, and we knew that. We knew you liked them.
I was on the Chargers, and the Cardinals,
All right, yep, we like the Cardinals.
the Bucks, and I was on one more. I forget the fifth one.
You took Ocker, didn't you?
Oh, I was on Ocker, Buffalo. Yeah.
I mean, people knew about that one. Steelers was
Yeah.
freaking starting Marcus Allen at
I know, but it was the problem I made. I rejected the results of Monday. I should have accepted the results of Monday.
You reject.
I reject them with the 49ers in the Lurs. But yeah, they looked exhausted in that second half. When you got Isaiah Ford, XFL Hall of Famer, beating you on 3rd and 10s, that's a problem.
It's not good.
No.
Not good.
So I say we end it there. Is Roth back up? He's gone.
Yeah.
He's still getting laps in. I had no idea he takes it seriously. I was gonna bring up some clear the races too for you guys. Although they're done now, aren't they?
Dirt track is done. Yeah. We're counting
It's
down
all
the days to
iRacing.
Chili Bowl.
Right.
I'll be making an appearance at Ross that weekend, so I'm gonna game so hard that weekend. I can't wait. I'm gonna get so
All over
mad.
the Twitch. All over the Twitch.
Hammered Twitch all over it, ready to go. That's mid-January. Stay tuned for that. We might
Stay
Ross
tuned.
Might even we might do a Chili Bowl preview at this point.
What if you did? Yeah. What if you did a Chili Bowl / hot stove MLB hot stove mashup? That'd be
Would
good.
great. That would be. I mean, I would like that. But I am out of Brewskin. So I'm going to go get another one and say hi to the, what do we call her? Holy.
Nurse, and there was something else we came up with. We never
No,
figured it out.
she's optometrist. So it's Holy Doc.
Holy
Holy-
provider. Holy provider.
Only
Holy
provider.
Holy Provider. That's what we're going with, yeah.
double entendre.
The Holy
All right.
Pro. I'm going to go spend some time with her because
Good idea.
I've been abandoning her. So for me, AY, coming to you from the beautiful state capital of the blue state, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, to my top left. It's probably different on your screen, but for me, it's top left, and my west, Danberg.
Good night, all. You get the wave too, since we've got video.
And Cam to my east.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out. All right.
Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed this rendition. I did look forward to more. We'll see you during bowl season. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.
Good one.